assistance, assistance, assistance. Let's talk about the word assistance. So, the part of speech for assistance is a noun, which means it refers to a person, place, thing, or idea. In everyday language, people often use assistance to mean help or support given to someone in need, whether it's physically, emotionally, or financially. For example, the fire department provided assistance to the family who lost their home in the flood. Notice how assistance here means a kind of aid or service that was given to the family. Also, be aware that assistance can sometimes sound a bit formal or official. So it's often used in written language like reports, proposals, and even job titles. For instance, financial assistance manager. Generally, if you're talking about helping someone or something, assistance is a good choice of word. When discussing assistance in a formal setting, an example sentence might be, "The emergency response team provided vital assistance to families affected by the natural disaster." In this context, the word assistance is used to describe the help received from outside parties, highlighting the importance of their support. On the other hand, in a casual conversation, someone might say, "I'm running late for work because my car broke down. Can you give me assistance with getting a ride?" Here, the phrase giving assistance refers to helping or providing aid, which is a common way people ask for help in everyday situations. In business or academic settings, an example sentence could be, "The research team received funding and assistance from industry partners to advance their study on renewable energy." In this context, the word assistance highlights the collaborative nature of the project and the external support it received, showcasing a professional tone. You're looking for something that can help you learn a new language, right? Well, I'm here to explain what this helpful thing is. Imagine having a companion who understands how language learning works and can offer support with grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and even conversation skills. It's like having a personal coach or tutor, but in a digital format that you can access anytime, anywhere. This helpful tool can provide explanations, examples, exercises, and quizzes to help you practice and improve your language skills. It's not just for beginners, though it's also great for advanced learners who need review or want to explore specific topics, like idiomatic expressions or formal writing styles. Categories. 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 Hello. So, you want to learn about the word categories? Well, I'd be happy to help you with that. The word categories is a noun, which means it's a thing or a concept. In common usage, people use categories to refer to groups of things that have similar characteristics or features, like categories on a menu at a restaurant: food, drinks, desserts. In a library, fiction, non-fiction, biographies, or even in online shopping, electronics, clothing, home goods. The word is also used more generally to talk about classifications or groupings of people, ideas, or things. For example, the company has 3 main categories of products. Special note: be careful not to confuse categories with category, which can be both a singular and a plural noun. Here are 3 practical example sentences using the word categories with their respective contexts. I'm planning to reorganize my library and I think it's essential to create categories for fiction, non-fiction, biographies, and self-help books so that I can easily find specific titles. In this case, The formal usage of categories is necessary to convey a sense of structure and organization. My friend just got back from a trip and she was telling me about all the different food groups in Japan. She said they have categories for sushi, ramen, tempura, and curry that were surprisingly distinct from each other. This example sentence uses categories in a casual conversation to refer to groupings or classifications of things. In our marketing strategy report, we need to create categories for customer demographics, purchasing habits, and product preferences so that we can effectively tailor our advertising campaigns to specific target groups. This will likely yield a higher ROI and improved brand engagement. This usage of categories is more formal and business-oriented, implying a level of analysis and data-driven decision-making. So, when we're trying to group similar things together, like words in a language that have similar meanings or properties, we use a way of organizing them that helps us see how they fit together. These groups often have a common thread, like all being related to food, or all describing something with a certain quality. We can think of it as creating boxes or containers where things that are alike can be stored together, making it easier to find and understand the relationships between words or concepts. This way of organizing helps us to see patterns and connections, and to communicate more effectively by using language in a way that's clear and consistent. When we use this method, we're essentially creating a way for people to quickly grasp what something is about. Even if they don't know all the details, it's like having a map or guide to help us navigate through complex ideas. Chapter. 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 The word chapter can refer to a section or part of a book, document, or other written work that discusses a specific topic, typically with its own title and sometimes accompanied by illustrations, headings, or subheadings. As a noun, it is used in various contexts such as academics, literature, and even everyday conversations when referring to segments of a larger narrative. In common usage, people might say, "I'm reading the next chapter of my favorite novel," or, "The new policy has several chapters that address different aspects." Here are 3 practical example sentences using the word chapter with their respective contexts. In academic settings, a professor might say, "Next week we will be covering Chapter 5 of our textbook," which introduces new concepts that build upon those learned in Chapters 3 and 4. Make sure to read ahead and come prepared for class discussion. This example illustrates formal usage, where the word chapter is used to refer to a specific section or part of a larger work. In casual conversation, someone might say, "I'm so excited to start reading that new novel. I just got to the chapter where the main character discovers a shocking secret." In this context, the word chapter is used informally to refer to a section or part of a book, often implying a sense of suspense or excitement. In business settings, a manager might say, "We've reached a critical point in our company's development. It's time to turn the page to Chapter 2 and implement the new strategies outlined in our business plan. This will require significant investment and restructuring, but we're confident that it will position us for long-term success." In this example, the word chapter is used more metaphorically to refer to a distinct phase or stage of growth, emphasizing a sense of progression and transformation. So you want to learn about this concept, right? It's essentially a self-contained section of text that focuses on a specific topic or idea within a larger work, like a book or an article. Think of it like a small, independent piece of writing that explores one particular aspect in more detail. A main characteristic is that each of these sections usually has its own title and can be read independently of the rest of the text. You might also see similar concepts or synonyms used in other subjects, such as lectures or presentations being divided into smaller segments to make them easier to understand.